In the land of the tall baobab trees, the elders always say, "A lazy man waits for tomorrow, but tomorrow never waits for him." Do you want to know what happens to those who think time will always return? Then listen closely, for this story will open your eyes. Have you ever listened closely to the sound of a river at night? Some say the river whispers to those who waste their time. It tells them, "You cannot fetch yesterday's water, no matter how strong your hands are." And so, my friend, tonight I will tell you a tale of a clever boy who thought he had all the time in the world until he discovered the truth. Long ago, in the lively town of Mbiru, where markets buzzed like bees and the air smelled of roasted maize, lived a boy named Kofi. Kofi was bright. His mind was sharper than the blade of a hunter's knife. In school, the teachers praised him. "This boy," they said, "will one day lead the nation. He will be like the rising sun, shining over the land." But Kofi carried one heavy burden. He wasted time. Every morning, while other children sat with their books, Kofi would sleep until the sun was already high. When his mother called, "Kofi, the day has started. Rise and do your work," he would roll over and laugh. "Ah, Mama, the day is long. I will work later." Instead of studying, he played games on his phone, wandered the town with his friends, or sat under the shade of the mango tree, talking for hours about nothing. When evening came, he would say, "I will read tomorrow." And tomorrow always slipped into another tomorrow. His father warned him, "Kofi, the man who plays while the drum beats will not hear the end of the song. Respect your time before it runs away." But Kofi only smiled. "Do not worry, father. I have plenty of time. I will be ready when it matters." Seasons passed, and the great day of final exams arrived. Kofi walked into the hall with confidence, but when the results came, his name did not shine at the top. It sank low, buried among those who never studied at all. His friends avoided him. His teachers shook their heads in disappointment. At home, silence hung in the air like a heavy cloud before a storm. His parents did not shout, but their eyes told him everything. That night, when the moon shone silver over the rooftops, Kofi could not sleep. He walked slowly to the house of his grandfather, Babatunde, whose wisdom was respected across the land. The old man sat outside, humming softly as he carved a piece of wood. "Grandfather," he whispered, his voice heavy with shame, "I do not understand. I have always been clever. Why have I failed?" The old man looked up, his eyes glowing like embers. "Kofi, you are clever, yes, but cleverness without discipline is like a drum without a skin. It makes no sound." Kofi sat at his feet. "But grandfather, can I not work harder tomorrow?" The old man shook his head slowly. "Tomorrow, my child, is the sweetest liar. It whispers promises but delivers nothing. Time is like the river of Mbiru. Once its water flows past, no fisherman can pull it back. Let me tell you a story, and perhaps you will see." And so Babatunde began. There once was a man named Jalani, a great trader whose ships carried goods across the seas. He was hard-working in his youth, and because of his dedication, he built an empire. People bowed to him, and his name carried weight from the mountains to the coast. But when Jolani grew rich, he began to sleep late. He delayed his meetings. He laughed with idle men and wasted his days.
One of his advisors warned him, "Jolani, time is your most precious treasure. If you continue like this, your empire will fall." But Jolani only laughed. "I have built enough. I have plenty of time. I can work tomorrow." Months passed. His profit shrank. His rivals grew stronger. His workers began to leave. By the time he tried to set things right, it was too late. His empire crumbled like a hut made of dry grass in the storm. He sat alone in the ruins of his office, and only then did he realize he had not lost wealth, he had lost time, and that was the greatest loss of all. Babatunde grew silent. The night insects chirped. The fire crackled. Then he said, "So, Kofi, do you see? Even the richest man cannot buy back time. Once it is gone forever." Kofi's eyes filled with tears. His heart ached, but inside that ache was a spark of light. "I do not want to become a Jolani, grandfather. I will change. I will use my time well." The old man's face softened into a smile. "Then you are already wiser than you were yesterday. Remember, my child, discipline is the bridge between dreams and reality." From that day, Kofi changed. At dawn, when the rooster crowed, he rose from his bed. He made a study schedule, shut down his games, and when friends called him to waste the hours, he shook his head. "Not today. My time is precious." It was not easy. Some days he felt tired, some nights he longed to play again. But he remembered his grandfather's words, "Tomorrow is the sweetest lyre," and he kept going. Slowly, like a seed pushing through hard soil, he grew again. His grades rose, his teachers praised him, his parents smiled with pride. The village children began to say, "If Kofi can change, so can we." Years later, Kofi became a respected leader, guiding others with wisdom and discipline. When people asked him his secret, he always said, "Time is a drumbeat. If you do not dance when it plays, the song will pass you by." And so, under the shade of the ancient baobab tree, this tale ends, but many more await. Respect time, for it waits for no one. So now, my dear listener, what about you? Will you waste your days waiting for tomorrow? Or will you rise today and make every moment count? Remember, yesterday is gone, tomorrow is a trickster, but today is in your hands. If this story touched your heart, share it with others so they too may learn the value of time. Stay with us for more stories, for as the elders say, wisdom is sweetest when it is shared. Until we meet again, walk with patience, live with gratitude, and treasure your time before it slips away like water in the river. Under the shade of the baobab tree, this tale ends, but many more await. Value your time, and if you enjoyed the story, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you will always hear the next tale when it calls.